Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to our 21st live stream presentation from Tlaquepaque. You know what I'm going to say, it's another beautiful day in paradise. Not only are the leaves changing and the weather's beautiful, but we have El Rincon, our great Mexican food restaurant, roasting chili, so you have that smell too at the same time. Everybody's anxious to get to what we have to show you today, and Shirley did an amazing job last week. We get to see her progress, but before that, I want all of you to put a face to the name of the people that make this whole live stream possible, and that's Randy and Lee with Red Rock TV. So if you guys don't mind, come over. I want to introduce you. So this is Lee, our technician extraordinaire, cameraman, and everything else you can think of. And this is Randy, our right-hand guy that conveys questions and everything else to us. For 20 years I've been using these guys for our commercial here in Tlaquepaque, so we applaud you for your effort and what you do behind the camera. Thank you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, now we get to Shirley. I'm going to let Fritzy go back to work. So Shirley, last weekend we saw you starting to weave this piece.
Yes.
We talked a lot about how you burned this section here to make that
the wood burning
contrast
for the hair
and the lines for the
Right.
hair. And then you were showing us how to weave
right.
some of these things. So what are you going to do right now?
Well, the comment that came afterwards from last time was that they didn't see enough of my weaving. So, whoa, let's get my here.
So that brings up a point. You've got to make this long enough to do the entire.
Not necessarily.
Oh, you can graft it in.
I can add in, like right now I got a little knot, so that's not good.
Yeah.
So I'll undo the knot.
Whoop.
Whoops.
And
We already have Shelby Cube with us, guys.
Oh,
Hey,
Good
Shelby.
morning, everybody.
Hi there.
Thanks, everyone. she said.
Okay. Where'd my
Welcome.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There we
There
go.
you go.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do right now is this little area here, and if you'll notice, this side is thinner than that side. So what I'm doing is I'm going to weave so that I can fill this in a little bit till they're even on both sides, and then I can continue on.
So you don't have to take one weaving all the way around. You can go back and forth to close that gap.
Right, I can.
To make it uniform.
And so I'm just going to go ahead and get started with that.
Okay.
It
Now, will
doesn't-
you take this stitching, for lack of a better term, all the way to the edge, or will you leave
I
a
will.
reveal?
I will.
Okay. Good.
Now, let's see, we got my tool over there.
I love these. What would you call these, windows?
Yeah, they are kind of windows.
Yeah.
They kind of naturally happen when I start to weave down, and I love what happens there.
Yeah. It
All
gives
right.
it another dimension.
It
basically.
does, it
More
does.
three-dimensional.
And it gives it that look like this is a skirt.
Yeah.
This is a shawl,
Yeah.
and this is the top part of the dress.
And I noticed this looks almost like a face.
It does.
Ah,
and
and
it
it's
is.
supposed to be.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
right?
Now, what I did on this, I added a little bit of color on the outside to draw in the red that's down here, so that it didn't have that up there, and I thought it would make it come
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Just
definitely
enough
does.
to give it a little color.
It does.
So let's
And
do this.
remind me of the title of this piece.
The Elder.
The Elders, that's
Yes,
right.
the Elder.
Perfect. Well, you came up with the best titles.
It just
really
sometimes
did.
they just happen. I had a large elk antler that I did. It was a huge elk antler,
Yeah.
and I knew it was going to be walks tall, because I knew this
Oh.
had to be a huge elk,
Boy,
because the
that's
antler
a
was so
terrific title.
long.
I'm going to steal some of those for my sculptures. Yes. So this is fantastic. And I saw you brought some turquoise, not to rush you along
I
there.
did.
But those elements are going to be very interesting
All right,
too.
okay. I'm getting all
Again, don't let me rush you. I want you to do
yeah,
this.
it's getting all caught up in here, so
Yeah,
I've
there
got
you
to
go.
undo
Now,
this.
see, if a normal human being was doing this, those threads would be in our hair and everywhere else, but where they should
No. What happens is you get these knots every now and then. It drives me crazy.
be. Yeah.
Sometimes they're not, you can't get them undone. So what I do is I weave along until I get to where that knot is
Yeah.
going to be. And then if I'm lucky, it ends up underneath.
Ah,
If I'm not lucky,
you have to
it's that
cut it.
top, then I have to cut it. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. And then you're working around, this can snag everything the whole
Yeah,
time
yes,
you're,
it can.
you're working.
I'm being lazy, I guess. I could do this.
Yeah, but still. So, hours. I mean, how many years, first off, have you been doing this?
Well, I've been weaving for over 30 years.
So 30 years.
I've been doing art since I was a kid.
Yeah. And you taught.
And I taught, you're right.
Still
So
teach.
I do. Well, right now I'm not,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
because of COVID. But
Right. This keeps getting snagged on me.
So you sometimes keep track of the hours you put into these
I
pieces.
do, just to get a better idea, and it helps me to know if what's going to happen if I'm doing another one, or even I'm pricing. Now this one, generally I would say so far maybe 25 hours, but it could be more.
Yeah.
Because just the cleaning and everything is where the time gets.
So that's just to this point.
Yeah.
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 And
And
you're
I'm not done.
You're not done. Yeah. And of course, every one is one of a kind. You can't reproduce it.
No.
Like I can with my sculptures.
No.
So they're all one of a kind.
And keeping that in mind, this particular piece over here behind you has got two sides that it's woven,
Yes.
woven on. So that means you're going to have more hours.
Yeah.
And actually more time just in deciding the whole overall design.
Yes. I can see. That is amazing. So you also do commissions.
I do.
And so you were talking about the biggest commission you've ever done. And I got to have to pull these photos up. This, you'll have to explain. These are called the spokes, correct?
Those are the spokes.
They were how long?
7 feet.
So that required a ladder.
Yes, it did.
There you are, using a ladder and a tripod.
And then what I had to do, because the spokes need to be kept moist and flexible, I'd have to come down, spray those spokes, climb back up, and weave some more. Come down, spray those spokes. Now think about this in the morning when I have to come back to get started, and I have this long piece. So what I do is I took it, I held it with my arm, I went outside with my hose, and I watered it and me down.
And then back into
And then
your
went
studio
back into
with
my
it.
studio.
And you have to keep it damp the whole time you're weaving.
I did. And when I'm getting
gosh.
further down, I'm further upside down. So needless to say, it's very hard on the back.
And then the shape of it ended up being that. And this is how tall?
4 feet.
4 feet.
The client
That is-
wanted it 4 feet. They sent me the various pillows they had. Their house was white. The
Yeah.
sofas were white. And that was based on that. But I had done a lot of rainbow baskets. But this is the largest rainbow basket I'd ever done.
And this is for our good friends, the Portnoys, that live here.
No, this is not.
Oh, it is?
This was done before
They
them.
did one too, though. You did
Only
one for
theirs
them.
was smaller.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yes.
Yeah, theirs was like 20 inches high because they had a little niche that they wanted to put it in, and I went over and measured to make sure
Yeah.
I would make it the right size.
Perfect.
Hey, Ken and
yes.
Shirley, we've got someone else coming in, some additional viewers. Carol Gossenheimer
Yeah.
and Michelle Barniak. They're
Yeah.
watching with us also.
All right,
thank
well,
you.
good.
Thank
And if
you.
you have any questions, please ask.
So what's the title of this one?
This one was Fiesta de Calor.
Oh, good.
And then
That's great.
these are little Indian, the little jingles that they use, the Native Americans use.
Okay.
So,
The little bells.
yeah, little bells.
That is great. So commissions for sure.
You can use your own colors, choose colors.
You can choose your own colors.
Green.
Yeah. Yeah.
Green. Monica likes green, so.
Yes, yes.
No,
So
but you got to have more than just green.
I see a prevalence toward blue with you.
Yes.
like blue.
I do love blue.
I do too.
I love blue.
I love it too.
So do we need to do more of this, or do we need
well,
to?
let's go on to some really fascinating things. We'll talk about how you
Oh.
may incorporate
All right.
these little tiny turquoise beads into
So
this.
what I'm hoping to do is put a little belt on here. And these are what I'm thinking of using.
And you'll string those with wire.
I'll use some copper wire, and then I'll wire that and then turn it around.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Twist it.
twist it in the
turn
front and then
around.
turn it around, but that'll add
That'll
just a
give it a
nice little.
nice
I was
element.
trying to figure out how I could incorporate it at the top, but I thought, I don't think so.
Yeah, that looks great.
And then the other thing is,
oh, this, yeah.
I'm going to wrap the bottom of the tail here, but my thought was I have some horsehair. The idea being that I might wrap that into it and have it hang down
Like a ponytail.
like a ponytail,
Yeah,
like so.
that would be great.
And I have this color and I have more of a white,
Yeah.
but I think this would be better.
So will this be done like you think in a week or so?
Yeah,
So what we'll do is once you get this done, of course, we'll have it on the website, photos
Right.
of the finished piece.
right.
And so it is, of course, available. But another one I want to talk about, what's over your shoulder here.
Okay. Should I go behind, you think?
Yeah, yeah. So let's come on around. Now, this is a new one.
Question, you guys. Really quick question.
Sure.
Can clients that want special commission work done, can they incorporate any of their own beads and such. Some of them
Well, the
supplies
challenge
for
with the beads, my
project?
client wanted to have beads on this particular one. There's, on the end of these, if they work with this reed, yes, not within the basket.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
that makes
if
sense.
she wants something in the basket, I said it can't be done.
Yeah, yeah.
But I could do something on the ends.
But like if you had a window like here in this one, could you put some of those
then
elements
I could probably work with
in
it
the
there.
weaving part?
Right,
Okay.
in there.
Yeah.
But not on something like this.
Okay, good.
But
We have a bunch more viewers too, guys, coming in.
right.
So I just want to let
All
you
right.
know who's here with us.
Terrific.
well, yeah,
Go
they
for
need
it.
to say hi.
Hope I'm pronouncing right. Bobby Faya Seeger and Fana Guerrero watching with us.
Oh, I
good.
like. That's
Welcome.
great.
Nadine Maris is watching with us.
Good.
Kay Garkin is watching with us. Just
you're
a bunch
getting
of
a
people
crowd,
coming and
Shirley.
viewing. Thanks so much. Welcome
Well,
to
Shirley
everybody.
is available for autographs later. So yeah, so that's perfect. So,
I'd look next year.
so this is a great piece. It's called,
The Hunter.
yeah.
It's my only male that I've done in the gourd.
Oh, really?
The only one. And I had the antlers, then the gourd, and I just kept envisioning incorporating them. And at one point when I had not separated them, and I thought, how can I do this? But it was a friend of mine that actually helped me with this base, helped me finish the base, that helped me with that concept. And,
Yeah.
and then this is the one I talked about last week where each of these are bolted on. So for shipping purposes, they can be unbolted and sent separately
I
or
remember you
wrapped
saying
separately.
something about that.
This is a rabbit hair fur that I got from a friend of mine. He'd had it for years. Said, do you want it? And I said, sure. And I never knew when I was going to use it until this. It needed something. It was naked without it.
And it's detachable, you said.
It is. And let's see if I can do it without causing any issue.
Shirley, another really interesting question for you from Shelby.
Uh-huh.
What kind of thread do you use?
That's a waxed linen
And-
on
and-
the
And then
gourds.
also, do you dye your own?
And on the reed, I do.
Oh, you do dye your own?
Great
I
questions.
do. So
Oh,
this
boy.
is, I took it off. This is a bear claw. And I bought the bear claw here at the trading post, and I had specifically asked him, is it okay to use it? And he said, here in Arizona, yes. So that's something to know because in California, it is not legal.
I see. It's good to know that. for
It
sure.
is because they can confiscate it and just
Yeah.
destroy it.
And
Yeah.
Sylvia's with us too, guys. One of
Hi,
our regulars.
Sylvia.
Welcome, Sylvia. Great
Sis,
to have you
we
with
get to
us.
work with you tomorrow.
There we go.
Okay, so now, let's say you've had a bad night,
Oh.
and you washed your hair, and you went to bed, and you woke up the next morning. What would you have?
A bad hair
a
day.
bad hair day, and this is me in the morning. Okay, so Shirley, this is really fascinating. That looks like an impossible task to start weaving all this.
Initially, it is.
So will you show us how you would start that? So you have to get it wet.
First, I have to wet it down very
So she's putting
carefully
it in some warm water, very carefully.
because they can break.
Boy, that looks like an
Guys, we
accident.
got them coming in from all over. We have Lisa Heslop from saying hello from Pittsburgh.
Oh,
All
Lisa,
right.
She lived in
welcome.
AZ for 20 years and missed getting there. The
Oh, you need to-
gourds are amazing, she says, Shirley.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lisa, you need to come here. This place is beautiful. You have to experience it. The leaves are changing. It's stunning. So
All right.
these are, what is this?
This is my weaver. This is a reed. It's a rattan. And I have dyed this. This is actually a number 2 round. They make them
Okay.
in all sizes.
Yeah.
The spokes are actually number 3.
Okay.
And so I'll weave with this. I need to have 2 of these out.
So when you soak this, it makes it much more pliable.
Much more pliable.
But I'm surprised it's not brittle. Is
Sometimes it
somewhat?
can be. Sometimes
Oh,
it
okay.
can be.
Especially in Arizona where
you
it's
can
dry.
get some where they just, all they do is break.
Yeah.
And so you just throw it out and start again. Like right now I
Here
got,
again, you're working with how many feet?
oh,
of
it
this
just,
stuff?
I like working long.
Gosh, I don't know how you do that.
All right, so let's put this in the water while I rework the,
Okay. So how long will this have to soak?
Not
is
that
it already,
long.
It's already done.
that's done.
Let me move this out
Okay,
a
now-
little bit.
In order to do this, first of all, I had to figure out how high I wanted my weaving to be. And then I have to also add time, length for the braided border that I do. So you wouldn't think I'd need it this long because I only want it to be woven up that far.
Yeah.
These are about 30 inches.
Are they really? Mm-hmm. So, but you have the option of once you weave it, you could leave these out.
I could, but I don't, only because I feel they're more fragile.
They'll break.
Yeah. And I've done it, I had actually a student that did. And I said, now you have to know that they will break.
Is this already soft enough for you to start weaving?
It is.
More viewers coming in, guys.
All
Alex
right.
Bodman is with us. Regina Lopez.
Wow.
Welcome, everybody.
Janessa Rudolph. Just a great,
Wow,
great
this is
crowd.
terrific.
A lot of great viewers
Wonderful.
today. Great questions so
We
far.
So-
love it. Thank you, guys.
I'm going to be weaving it from the inside because I want this to go out. I don't want that weaving to come back in like this.
Okay.
So I have to go in there and physically kind of work it out.
Boy, this looks impossible.
It's not like working with clay, I will tell you.
Where did you start?
You end up with a lot of dye on
I do on this one. Actually, my hands look pretty good this morning. They were pretty dirty last
The
night.
question was, does Shirley end up with a lot of dye on her hands? And she does, yes.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
They can be real colorful at times.
So you're starting off by trying to lock in.
I'm doing what they call a twine around, and I'm trying to lock that in. You need me to turn around here so you can see it, Lee?
I think it's, yeah,
me-
okay.
let me do
Come on
this.
around.
Why don't you move the step stool?
Sure.
Ooh. All right, so I'm going to do it this way so you you see there? Okay. You feel like you're all hands right now, and the first row doesn't really lock it in very well.
Well, look how long this is you're working with.
I know, but I don't like to stop and start all the time.
Wow, that's,
Once I'm on a roll, I just keep going.
I don't know how you even manage the materials themselves without breaking and
Well, there are times that they
just
do.
this is the
There-
years of experience. that
Yeah,
you've-
and there's sometimes when it just that's all it's doing, and so then I just stop. I just think, well, it's not my day-to-day to be doing this, so I do something else.
Yeah, that looks.
More viewers, guys, just coming in from all over. Marlon St. Croix and Sheila Clarenbeek are watching with
Very
us. Welcome.
good.
Thank
Where are you guys coming from? That's what I'd
I'm
like
not
to know.
seeing that.
Oh,
If
we
you want to
love
let
it.
us know where you
We
guys are
love it.
from, those recent viewers.
Well, we've mentioned before, Shirley, that the people that chime in make the live stream come to life.
They
And this
do.
is really a
They
great
do.
example of that. So we love it. It's
I'm
so
waiting
much
for
fun.
my sister to sign in.
Yeah, well, she's probably watching.
it. One of 16.
Yeah, how many sisters?
Well, I have actually there's 8 sisters. 2 of them
Yeah.
are now gone, and then
Yeah,
I have there were 7 brothers, and now 2 of them are gone. So
Yeah,
there's 16
Wow.
of us in the family.
that is great.
So this is the hardest part is this first few rows, I'll tell you.
So this first row that you're weaving kind of helps organize the spokes
Right, right.
of this.
They won't totally stay up there because if I let go, see how they come down?
Yes, yes,
But the second row will start to hold it up.
yes. I can see they're starting to stand up already
Yeah.
the way you're weaving
It's
it.
just kind of training them.
You really have to think this out in advance.
Lori Peterson, Shirley, saying hi.
All right,
Hi from
Lori.
Lori. Welcome,
I'm
Lori.
glad you're coming in.
Yes.
She's in the Weavers Guild with me.
Oh, Carol Gossenheimer says from Flagstaff.
All right.
Where
Carol,
she's watching
good.
from, so
You're not far away, and you come down
not
and
too
see
far
us.
away. Welcome, Carol.
Now, I have to do this every now and then too.
Okay. You like your
It gets all wound
so
up.
you can
so I have
do
to
steer
unwind
roping
it.
on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And
So-
what hair product?
Somebody said, "What hair product do you use?"
Yeah.
Actually, the fabric softener.
Oh, I can see where that would help.
Fabric
The
softener does.
surfactant,
Yeah.
Well, this is
But you can see
fascinating.
what's happening
yeah,
there.
so the stitching is really starting to organize.
And then
But you're
it'll-
going to have like 3 or 4 rows before you even see what's above
Yes. Oh, yeah.
your raccoon.
No, I'll be putting here. This is a good segue.
Shirley, Carol's asking if there's other members of your family that are artists as well.
There are a number of people in my family, they don't think they're artists. I have a niece that is actually an artist in California, and she has a business of her own. But some have done upholstery work. My sister never thought she was much of an artist, and she did absolutely fabulous work. So, yes, and actually that was an interesting question. I was thinking about this morning. In my mom's side of the family, back in the 1600s, we have a relative that was a collaborative with Peter Paul Rubens and did the florals.
Really?
And we happened to see one of his paintings in Dallas. We were at the museum when we were living there, and I saw that name and I thought, oh my God.
That's
I
a
knew it
relative.
had to be, the name is Beert, and that's my mom's name, and I thought it has to be, and
And
it
it
is.
was.
It was. So I
Boy,
thought,
you come
so
by
on my mom's
naturally.
side.
That's terrific.
I never would have thought initially, because my dad was the one that used to come around and he would draw horses for us.
Ah.
So Dad
So
had
he
his
had the
own.
talent as well.
Yeah, but we all have had, there's a bit of it. And
Yeah.
some that are crocheters, they don't do the other art, but they do the
Yeah.
crocheting. So no, it's
All of them work with their hands.
they do.
Yeah.
But you know, when you're born on and raised on a
Yeah.
farm,
Yeah.
that's just life.
Yep.
And you have to find things to do that you'd like to do. And I did this. They played cards.
A couple
I
of
didn't-
things, guys. I've got some of the toughest names today, I have to say.
Oh
Right,
gosh.
okay.
Susie Gemmenhart is watching with us.
Okay.
Carol's asking which gallery. She's going to be driving right by Tlaquepaque.
Oh,
Well,
there you
it's
go.
Row
Gallery.
Fine Art Gallery. We're right in
Yes.
the front under the
Right
bell
in the front of
tower. Please come
Tlaquepaque, Ken
in.
Row Gallery.
You can't
And all
miss
of
this.
these works now that these two I might be taking home, but they can always come back in. That's
Yeah.
not a problem.
And all the photos of these pieces will be on our
Yes,
website
they
too.
will
But
be.
there's several pieces here at the
Right.
gallery.
One other great question, too, Shirley. This is so awesome. Lisa Heslop again with us. How do you solve the problem of placing holes in your pottery to make sure they're large enough to make your material once it comes out of
Good
the
question.
kiln? That is a great
When
question.
I'm making the pot itself, while it's still soft, the clay is still soft, I make the holes. Now, typically I'm using the number 3 round reed, but if I know I'm making a bigger pot and it needs a larger reed, I'll make the holes accordingly.
Yeah.
The biggest thing when you do that after I've bisque fired it and I then put the glaze on is you have to clean those holes out. I have a little tool that I literally ream out those holes.
Like a Dremel.
No, It's,
No.
I don't think I brought it with me. It's actually got a little grit on the end of it. I just kind of go and push it out. And when I teach classes, I kept telling my students, you need to clean it out. And invariably, you had those that didn't. It's hard to clean them out afterwards.
Oh, I would think
So.
so. And that, by the way, you made this raku
I did. I made that.
itself.
And I
That
fired
is
it.
beautiful.
And it's, you know, and with raku, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, you don't know if it's gonna break or.
No,
yeah.
you don't break, or if the glaze is going to come out right, or
Yeah.
you throw out a few.
That
Kylie
was-
Jean watching with us.
Wow, very
right.
There's
good.
a ton of viewers today. This is so
This
great.
is
This is fun.
terrific.
I wonder where they're all coming from.
Well, they knew you were on today. That's what it is.
I shared it this morning.
Yeah, good. And so of course, you'll weave different colors into this
Yes.
as you go.
Oh, we were
and
back to
different-
that. Yeah.
Oh,
what
yeah.
I was going to do, I haven't decided yet. I got to watch out back here. I've got some of the copper jingles that sometimes I've used them in here.
Oh, so you would actually thread that on and weave around it. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
The other thing is, I have some copper beads
Yes.
that I can put on. And a lot of times, sometimes what I do with the copper beads is I will actually heat them up, where is it, and give them a patina.
Oh, so you color them.
Yeah, so they, can you see that, Lee?
Yeah,
Yeah, so if I don't like it just a real stark copper,
just a gold
I
color.
get a
you
little
can do
color.
that,
Yeah.
Jolie
Then,
Runyon watching with us.
who is that?
Jolie Runyon, again, I hope I'm pronouncing
Runyon,
that right.
yeah.
Oh, where are you
Then I
watching
ha-
from, Jolie? Let us know where you're from.
I
This
also
is
have
great.
used, that's
Also-
a red bone. I've used white bone.
Yeah.
The challenge has been sometimes you get the bone and the holes aren't big enough.
Yeah.
And on one, I really wanted that size, and I had to drill those out.
Every one
Oh,
of
I
them.
won't ever do that again.
What is that made of?
It's bone.
Oh, it is actually
Yeah,
bone.
it's bone.
Like probably bird bone or something.
No, it's usually, I get it over the trading post.
Yeah.
No, it's not red bone. I mean, it's that's true bone from an animal.
Yeah.
So they have brown, they have black, they have white. So those are
Boy,
some of the different.
There's no limit. Your
Right.
imagination is the only limit
And then the
here in
other
terms of
thing,
what you put
see
in.
if I- here's some of the yarn I might use because it's got the copper to it.
And you'd weave it in the same way.
And I'd weave it in the
this.
same way. And then I have the copper wire that many
Yeah.
times I'll weave in there.
God, that looks like it would be impossible to manage that. It really does. I mean, that's just mind-boggling how you get around.
It really isn't after you get it
Yeah.
started. This first part is really the.
Well, anything done well looks simple, and this you've done very well. So it's amazing to see your work.
Well, thank you.
It is fantastic, and I love the fact that we have all these people.
Yeah, welcome to
chiming in and
Donna.
asking
Burton
questions.
is watching with us also.
Terrific.
Perfect.
So let's talk about this piece over here we haven't seen yet.
This one right here,
Yes.
it's called Young Maiden.
So you've been hiding this in your studio.
It has.
Yes.
I've been enjoying it. It also has a little top knot on it.
Yeah.
And it's got the wood burning for the hair.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on this wonderful root burrow, which was, I love that.
Yeah.
You can see the little braids that I gave her.
Well, sourcing the root burrow has got to be difficult too, isn't it?
Yeah, in
And
fact,
that's-
I wonder where I got this one. This might have come from that same friend that gave me that whole
Okay.
pack of stuff.
Yeah.
And I've got to start looking for some more because I know
Yeah.
I'm using them up.
Yeah.
They're wonderful. I had one that I found out in my yard, but that's very rare.
Yeah.
Very, very rare.
Yeah.
Diana
then-
Ferentz, guys, from Ohio.
Diana.
Hi,
also with
Diana.
us. We know Diana.
It
Hi,
wouldn't
Diana.
we
be the
do.
Welcome.
same without you, Diana. Thank you.
So I did the same thing here where it's got the skirt, but a little brighter colors because it's a
Yeah.
younger woman.
Yeah.
So I kept it really kind of,
That's a great concept. You know, lighter colors, younger woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and I did
Yes.
my little turquoise on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was just, they're fun. They're just fun to do.
It is so much fun to show everybody how difficult this really is. I mean, I'm astonished.
Well, you know, that brings me to a point. First of all, everybody needs to know that all of my pieces are numbered and signed.
Oh yeah. So how
I-
many have you done?
I'm about 1,950, I guess, and I was at 250 when I came to Sedona in 2001. So,
Boy.
but I do that. I may have missed a few in between.
Do you put the number on the piece?
Yes, usually
On the bottom.
on the bottom.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. You
Yeah.
sign it and
I
put a
sign it
number.
and I number it. I usually keep a card on it so that I can kind of keep track of what I've used in it. And that helps me if somebody says, well, I want to do one kind of like that, and I can go back and say, okay, I use this, this, and this.
Sure,
I do have
sure.
photographs, so that helps as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
In terms of cost and whatever, when you go out and buy a basket at Walmart, and this little bitty basket costs $5, think about it. Somebody wove that basket and probably got paid pennies.
It can't be done mechanically.
They are not done on machines, and that's
Yeah.
what I tell all of my students, and they think, oh, come on, and no. Everything is hand done. So any basket you see, no matter how intricate, somebody did, and if you got a great seal on it, think about this. That person that made it did not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So consider
The effort and time that went into these
there's
things.
a lot of
yeah.
craftsmen out there that
I
are,
didn't
are
know
not,
it couldn't be done.
they're not
with
machine done,
machinery,
not
yeah.
at all.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is something to see.
Well, we are so thankful that you've shown us what you have, and I'm so thankful so many people have chimed in today.
It's been great. Thank you for coming.
You brought a great audience to us, and you're a great compliment to the gallery. With
Well, if you
all
have
the-
any more questions, please ask.
Yeah, so thank you so much, everybody, and please go to our website, check out Shirley's work. You'll see it all there. Shirley's actually here, so we have the blessings of having her on the floor 3 days a week.
That's right.
And so we're lucky to have you.
Simba.
So thank you so much.
And you can do Simba?
Oh, well, it's Simba. Well, an update on Simba. We play Simba. She's done, or he is done, in place. So we're going to get some photos to show you next week. And on the 13th, Friday the 13th, we're going to go to Kim Corey's studio. And you get to see behind the scenes of what Kim does that makes her so much more unique and her work so perfectionistic. When you see her studio, you're going to be floored, much as you have been with Shirley. So please come in on the 13th. We'll be there at Kim's studio. So thanks again. Shirley, this is amazing.